Alright boys. Fuck. Alright. I'm gonna do the question of the day right now, cunts. Right now. G up for it. I'm so G'd up. Do you know what I'm G'd up on? I'm G'd up on Fruit Loops. Shout out to Fruit Loops. I'm G'd up on that. Alright. It said, Abdullah, you mentioned the Dorian Yates thing in your last video. What do you think about training to failure? I reckon it's fucking bullshit, alright? I reckon training to failure is bullshit. I'll tell you why I think training to failure is bullshit, alright? I'm gonna keep the video a bit more succinct, alright? To me, I just go back to look at the best athletes in the world, man. None of them train to failure, okay? If you're a pro bodybuilder, if you're not juiced off your head, and you're not a Mr. Olympia or IFBB Pro, don't train to failure and think that it's okay. I think that training to failure has a lot of problems, man. And a lot of problems you see, there's a lot of problems you see with people who train to failure. And it's a lot of, like if we took a lot of people who train to failure and correlated to the people who clean knee, I guarantee you there'd be a high correlation rate right there. Because what you're doing is associating you're associating a feeling with the result. You're associating feeling bad with making gains, which isn't always good because you don't always want to feel bad to make gains, dude. That's not what it's about, man. You shouldn't always have to feel like you're fucking about to burst an eye vessel to make gains, man. And that's what training to failure instills in your head. That if you're not about to fucking have a hernia, you're not about to shit your pants, man. Like, do you know what I mean? You're not thinking about like dead babies dying on the hack squat. You're not going to make it, man. Like, you're not going to make it. And to be honest, man, people who make gains when they train to failure make them gains just from training, and then they get to a certain point, I think, and then they don't make gains. They only make unless they're genetic freaks, and then they make the gains anyway. But do you know what I mean? All the people I know who trained to failure made gains up to a certain point because they were newbies, and then they just topped off and then they didn't get any more gains until they started training smart again. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of people, when they stop training to failure, and they start training smart, it's like their whole life becomes smart. They start eating more smart. They start being more balanced. It just transfers, man. It's all about transfer. You know what I mean? So I just think it's bullshit. And like, if you want to think about it from like not even from that kind of standpoint, from like a kind of performance standpoint, like, I think it just wrecks your nervous system. I think like you can't back up days. Like I can't squat to failure. I can't squat to failure and then squat 3 times a week. I can't dead to failure and deadlift 2 times a week. I'll fucking die. Do you know what I mean? I won't be able to get out of fucking bed. Like I won't even be able to get hard on. Like it'd just be fucked. For a nervous system standpoint, it fucks you up. I think in terms of like, it doesn't really like doesn't really do much for me, man. Like, you know what I mean? I can do 5 sets of 8 on bench with 1 rep, and like 5 sets of 5 on bench, get 25 reps, have 1 rep in the tank. Or I could do like, 1 set of 10 till failure, 1 set of fucking 6 till failure, 1 set of 4 till failure, and then 1 set of 3 till failure and be at 23 reps and feel like I'm being hit by a bus and stomped by pseudos. But the 25 reps was more volume, so therefore it's more work. So sometimes you got to step back, detach your head from the game, and say what on paper is going to give me the best results. Obviously the 25 reps. Don't associate that effort, or don't always associate the pain with making gains, because that's going to do fuck all for you. Same with the clean eating. It's just gonna ruin you, man. Having to think that you have to suffer all the time. That's what I'm trying to say, man. Only suffer as much as you need to suffer. If you need to suffer at a point in your training, suffer. You know what I mean? Grind. But it's not a 365-day grind like clean eaters and training to failure people like to believe it. All right. So I think from if you're trying to be best, strongest, quickest, fastest, most G'd up sick cunt trainer, don't train to failure, because you're not going to be the strongest, fastest, quickest, G'd up, biggest person you can be if you are. Unless you're on gear, and I don't take gear, and I don't know what the fuck that changes, but obviously it changes it, okay? So that's it. So nervous system, total volume, just the way it impacts your life, and the mentality it instills in your head about being so hardcore is just bullshit. Bam, under 5 minutes. And another sick cunt I was thinking about, dude, I was just talking to Eddie Riley, fucking my boy. He's actually my boy, dude. And, like, he is, like, the epitome of a G'd up cunt, dude. Because, like, this is good. You guys can get G'd up from this. This is like, this is like G up of the day series, man. Like, I'm so G'd up when he messaged me. I was so G'd up because I had shit sleep because I was so G'd up. But now I'm so G'd up, dude, because, like, he messaged me, like, talking about how he landed a new job as, like, a head chef and shit. And, like, the cunt's not even 20, man. This guy's not even 20, about to land head chef jobs. And, like, it's just, this dude's been working like an 8, and people complain about their grind. And that's what I'm talking about, dude. Most people complain about grinding shit have never experienced a real life grind. Do you know what I mean? I haven't. I don't know many people who fucking have. Training's on this dude has worked 7 a.m. to like 11 p.m. 6 days a week since this motherfucker was 14, 13, plus training, plus doing some like Jared Subway transformation, losing like 50 kilos, and then becoming some like fucking crack addict, and then stopped smoking cones, and then got back into the gym, and like started tracking macros, and started being healthy, and did some training failure, and got through it, and now it's just like a normal cunt. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about, man. And that just made me think, man, like, this fool made it. He risked everything, left his job, went somewhere else, and just like never gave up, always kept finding that job, always never gave up, always said, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna make it. Spoke the fucking thoughts, man. He just kept on, he stayed the fucking course, man. That's what I'm trying to say, man. He just kept going. The fact that, like, he passed through different jobs didn't mean fuck all, because he stayed consistent. He was always going for it, man. He was always going for it. He was always doing something, and it just paid off in the long run, man. That's what I'm trying to say, man. Motherfuckers be dedicated for a week, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. Train like shit, man. Just train like shit for years, please. That's what I'm trying to say, man. Stay the course like this cunt did, man. It's like the hair. It's like this hair, man. Do you know what I mean? Do you know how many fucking times girls, guys have been like, you look like the shittest fucking fat, ugly piece of shit. Like, why are you growing hair out? Why are you growing hair out? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You look like a shit cunt. You look like a shit cunt. And I was just like, fuck you, dude. I don't give a fuck. That's what it's about, man. It's just about growing that hair out long and just leaving it and not caring, man. It's just about, like, going through every single different phase where you like it, you don't like it, you feel good, you feel bad, people tell you you're doing the wrong thing, your mum says you look like shit, you're too fat, you're too skinny, your grandma says stop lifting, you know, your shoulders too big. Everything, man. Girls say you're ugly, it doesn't matter, you got a double chin. And you just stay the course, and at the end, man, you just end up a G. You just end up a fucking G. Like, Eddie Riley's just pure G right now. I'm just so G'd up on the fact that he's just made it, man. That's just made it. That's just made my day, man. Stay the course, man. Get G'd up, boys. Eat carbs. Get glucosed out. And stay the course. Years upon years upon years upon years upon years. And unless you're just that genetic piece of shit that's never going to make gains, you're going to be the biggest sick cunt. Like, do you know what I mean? You're going to be someone, man. You're going to be someone. Peace.